Harald! Hey Rabbits, it's Trixie, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who gained a couple of pounds during the lockdown. When I gain weight, you pretty much instantly see it on my face, but also on my arms and on my belly. Look, this is what I'm talking about. But to be honest, I really don't mind. Instead of regarding it as a bad thing, let's use it to learn German, shall we? So in this Don't Trust the Rabbit episode, I'm gonna tell you what you can call a belly in German.
Oh, wee! Another video about body parts. Looks like you're finally running out of ideas, huh?
Well, wait for the video about penises then, because you are being a... The most neutral way of referring to a belly is saying der Bauch. It's also part of words like Bauchschmerzen, a stomach pain, or der Bauchtanz, belly dance. But sometimes a belly has certain characteristics, justifying a special name. For example, a very buffed six-pack belly can be called der Waschbrettbauch. That literally means washboard belly, because the muscles that show under the skin resemble the surface of a washboard that you rub your clothes on. Hey, Süße! Kommst du mit zu mir? Ich habe auch ein echtes Waschbrett im Angebot. Hä? Alter, ich habe bei mir zu Hause eine Waschmaschine und einen Trockner. Komm wieder, wenn dein Bauch was Sinnvolles kann. A six-pack is also six-pack in German. You can say der or das six-pack. Even though men and women can have a Waschbrettbauch, the term is mostly used for guys. And strangely, the same applies to almost all the words in this video. It seems that we talk more about men's bellies. One of the few exceptions might be das Bäuchlein, the little belly. Seriously, that's the only term I've heard women use regularly when they're referring to their bellies. Ich habe ja auch ein kleines Bäuchlein. Aber ich esse sehr gesund. Also, meistens. Or we say der Rettungsring, life belt, to a flap of fat going all around our waist. And der Babybauch, of course, the baby belly. But that doesn't really count, does it? What do you think? Why are most words that Germans have for the belly used to describe men's bellies? Is it the same in other countries, or I really don't know. Anyway, where was I? Exactly. Der Waschbrettbauch. Let's face it, rabbits, the least people have a Waschbrettbauch. Even the ones like me that are naturally slender have a bit of chub in this area. If you're slim but also slightly chubby, you have what is called der Waschbärbauch in German, a raccoon belly. It's not really related to raccoons though, I suppose. It's more of a wordplay based on Waschbrett. Waschbrett, Waschbär. Usually that doesn't mean that you're overweight. You're just a bit fluffy. Ich muss dir was sagen, Clarissa. Also unter dem Shirt hier, ja, da habe ich einen Waschbärbauch. Ach, das macht doch nichts. Ich find's süß. Echt? Ja, zeig doch mal. Oh. All the following belly names have one thing in common. They can have a derogatory connotation, they can be offensive. So be very careful when you consider using these terms for another person's body. If somebody says these names referring to their own belly, it's likely meant in a joking, self-ironic fashion. But you know, there can be a difference between saying something about yourself and saying something about others. All of them describe at minimum a chubby belly or imply that somebody is chubby, be it in a serious or in a teasing way. Die Plauze is the first term that comes to my mind when I think of this kind of belly. Also je älter du wirst, Wolfgang, desto größer wird deine Plauze. Ich wünschte, das träfe auf einen anderen Körperteil zu. Da würde ich mich doch bloß in deinen Möppen verheddern. Mach doch mal lieber einen Knoten drin. It's actually an old Sorbian word for die Lunge, the lungs. In case you're interested, Sorbs are an ethnic group living in the region between East Germany and Poland. So yeah, I guess people were like, lungs, belly, well, close enough. Plauze it is. The next word is die Wamme, or more commonly die Wampe. Boah, Sabine, neulich hat mich in der Stadt so ein Typ angesprochen. Wollte mich auf einen Kaffee einladen. Sah auch eigentlich ganz süß aus. Hatte aber eine Wampe. Hab ihm erstmal die Meinung gegeigt und ihm gesagt, dass ich ganz sicher nicht mit fetten Männern ausgehe. Widerlich sowas. Ja, widerlich. Da sagst du was. Ich hoffe, er findet eine Frau, die nicht so eklig oberflächlich ist wie du. While also describing a potbelly or a paunch, the term actually means dewlap, which is a flap of skin hanging from the neck of certain animals, like cattle or also an iguana. It's basically an animal double chin. Let's continue with der Ranzen, which means knapsack or satchel. So either a very large solid handbag or a backpack. Bringen Sie bitte für die Reise auch eine große Handtasche oder einen Ranzen mit, ja? Also mein Ranzen, den hab ich ja sowieso immer dabei. Einen Ranzen, in den man etwas reintun kann, Herr Zimmermann. Glauben Sie mir mal, junge Frau, hier passt eine ganze Menge rein. Vorausgesetzt, wir reden von Bratwurst und Bier. For example, I remember back in the day that I called the backpack that I took to school with me der Ranzen. Oh, ich hab meinen Ranzen vergessen. Except for the very first one, which was like a rectangular box. Mine was pink with lots of tiny flowers on it and it looked like it had a face. For some reason, that was referred to as der Tornister. But anyway, I think that we started using der Ranzen as a slang word for the belly because a belly is like a backpack that you wear on the front of your body. You know, like tourists do at a crowded place where signs say, "Beware thieves and pickpockets," and they're afraid that somebody might steal their stuff. For example, the super expensive "I went to Paris and all I brought home was this stupid cup." Just imagine somebody would steal that before you can give it to your loved ones. So with Ranzen, bellies are kind of seen as a food backpack, which is a cute picture, if you ask me. Another word for a chubby belly is der Wanst. It was originally used for the first stomach of ruminants, like cows, also known as der Pansen, rumen. Looks like cattle was a common source of inspiration for belly slang words. You live and learn. Och, Harald, ich will, dass wir einen guten Eindruck hinterlassen. Jetzt zieh doch mal ein bisschen den Wanst ein. Okay, und du dir eine Papiertüte übers Gesicht? Harald! Sometimes it's pretty clear where a belly comes from, like which drink or which food is responsible for making the belly grow. Der Bierbauch, for example, is a beer belly. But in German, you can invent your own words as well. Der Schnitzelbauch, der Schokoladenbauch, der Chipsbauch, der Pizzabauch.
Der Waschbärbauch?
Well, that's an exception. Olive oil, baby oil, you know. Or you do it like me and call the belly of your significant other after its best quality. Der Knuddelbauch or der Kuschelbauch, a cuddle belly. From all the names we've heard, these are the ones with the most positive connotation. The sweetest ones. Now I'm very curious. How do you call bellies in the language that you speak? Which German word did you like the most and do you know more? Let us know in the comments. I'd love to read that. That was it for today's video. I hope you had fun. If so, please leave a like. Subscribe to Don't Trust the Rabbit for more videos like this one. And if you want to support the channel a bit more, you can also find me on Patreon. I would really appreciate your help. Now I wish you all a beautiful day. Spoil your bellies and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!